not saying I want to meet someone, but if I did want to meet someone, I am cooked out here, because I have just seen a clip of a dating expert saying how, you know, in certain settings, like if you were in a coffee shop or wherever you are, and women signal to men by smiling or twirling their hair or whatever, and you know, and that gives the guys the go ahead to approach. Guys, my face, if I see someone attractive or someone that I like, or if I wanted you to approach me, is this. My face also, if I don't want you to approach me, is this. See my dilemma?
Guys, I'm 32. What the fuck are we meant to be doing for dating? The apps are terrible. I went to a dating event this evening, which was just as bad as you would expect it to be. All my friends love them, but they're all in long-term relationships, married, with kids, and with a majority of my friendship group, they're all kind of together, so they don't even have like friends of friends. Like, it's very incestuous and very selfish, by the way. So I don't know what to do. Not going to work again, done that twice, never doing that again, would not recommend. There's no one at my gym, I can't afford the expensive gyms. Like, I walk my dog all the time, all I run into is grandparents, that's not my thing either. What are we doing? Because also, I do love being on my own, but it is nice to have, you know, that person. So where the fuck, like, what the fuck am I meant to do? Where are we going? Please, like, any hints or tips, let me know.
Men never approach me. Men never approach me. Y'all always say this on live or at my comedy shows. And I say, well, why don't you think the men approach you? I don't know. I have resting bitch face. Who want to approach a resting bitch? If I see a bitch, I'm going to let the bitch rest. If I see a bitch trying to rest, I'm going to let her rest. Why would I approach you? You got a resting bitch face. You leave a bitch resting alone. That's the point of the phase. It's to leave me alone phase. Okay? So if you want somebody to approach you, you gotta let your bitch wake up. You can't let your bitch rest. Okay? Okay.
The problem with approaching is that it's totally incumbent upon men. Right? So the men are in control. Your face could be a resting bitch face. Your face could be any face. Any face. The man has no intention of approaching. He's not gonna approach. And it's weird because you have women out there who, they get approached like all the time. And then there are ones who seemingly aren't getting approached at all. And it makes you wonder, is it a looks thing? I don't know. Is it an age thing? I don't know. I feel like it's a where you put yourself type things. It's about your location. Because we're about to get into this video here where a woman, she's being approached all the time. Unfortunately for her, it's just by men that she doesn't find desirable.
Oh, Paris, you get so much attention. Oh, boys are all over you. Oh, boys always want to talk to you. Oh, how are you still single? Do you know how fucking annoying it is to always get approached, yeah? But it's always by people you don't fancy. Every fucking time. No one I fancy ever hits me up. No one I fancy ever approaches me. People coming towards you to approach you as a woman, and you know when you just think, bruh, not this shit again, please. Not this shit again. It's always people with the maddest, either the maddest game or like the maddest reason, and you're just not my type at all. It is so jarring and so exhausting to only get attention from people that you don't fucking fancy. Like, it doesn't feel like a compliment. Do you know what I mean? It's just jarring. And do you know what it is as well, yeah? I think to myself, am I clapped? Like, is there something wrong with me? Do you know what I mean? Am I clapped? Like, clearly, I must give off some weird vibe. Like, I don't know why everything I want is evading me, but if you have got the answers,
I would be wrong to stereotype. I'd be wrong to stereotype. So I just clicked on her page right now. And my first assumption by looking at her was she's probably into the nightlife, okay? a lot of the times, this is where a lot of these men be approaching. So for the women earlier in the video, one of them was older, the other one, I don't know, is she into clubbing like that? That's often where a lot of men approach. Now, obviously, I was correct in my stereotyping, I guess. Or is it stereotyping, or is it assuming? Or I don't know. But I looked at the earrings, I looked at the nails, I said, clubbing, right? She's lit. You know what I'm saying? She in the club. You guys can hear her in the background. It's lit for her, right?
The action.
When you have this in the club, you're gonna turn the shit up.
Okay, when we're in the club, we're gonna turn the shit up. I might not put it on screen because of copyright. A lot of my stuff has been getting copyrighted recently. That's why sometimes you might get like a muted segment. YouTube just takes out the sound. Yeah, a lot of approaching is about location. And unfortunately for women, the men who do approach are often at locations that you're probably not going to meet the one in the club, right? But those men approach. Those men have the most game. Those men have... But it's probably not what you want to... Not where you want to be, sorry. If you're, a woman in your 30s, mid-30s, or whatever the case is, you're probably done with that life.
You having a good day?
Can I help you?
I was coming to ask you, are you having a good day?
I'm fine. Do you need something?
Nah, not with that attitude.
Okay.
I'm good. You have a great one. That's fucked up attitude.
Listen, if you're trying to shoot your shot as a man, that's fine. But you have to remember, you are choosing to walk up to a stranger that does not owe you anything. And if it turns out it doesn't go the way you want it to, just simply walk away. Because all I saw was him giving her an attitude because she wasn't interested in him. She probably saw the camera on your glasses and didn't want to be a part of your content, which you used her for content anyway. And I understand that people have no expectation of privacy while in public. But at the same time, you walk up to someone and you're having a conversation with them, and then you record them without their knowledge and post it on your social media account. I think that's very weird and creepy. At least have the decency to let these people know that you're recording them to use them for content. Because not everybody likes to be on social media. Some people don't care about social media. And you might be recording that one person that does not like to be out there.
I couldn't agree more, man. If you're approaching a woman, there's no way that you should be... And look, he walked away. He didn't do anything wrong. He walked away. He just had a little bit of an attitude about it. But if a woman is super dismissive or disgusted or angry or whatever the case is, it's a part of the game. You should not be entitled to her niceness. You should not be entitled to a nice response. You should be entitled to nothing.
I go through this. These topics, I ain't gonna front. When I knew we was gonna be talking about these topics, I can only say things that relate to myself. It has to be organic for me. I'm very aggressive girl. At a point, it frustrates me because I don't always want to be aggressive. And I know there's men that don't always want an aggressive female. So when I see that, I'm like, dang, why y'all can't do things to make me softer? Why y'all always gotta do things to make me feel like I gotta be a man?
That's crazy.
Hell out of it. Like y'all brought up before, I've dealt with men that are very feminine.
Why you ain't bring out his masculinity to make him more masculine?
No,
like,
I'm very honest female. So you see how I say what I want, but I'm very respectful. So I'll say, listen, this is what I'm interested in. Like, grab my ass a little bit, talk to me the way I talk to you. The way I talk to you. I'm okay with that, but if that's not what you want to do, I'm not going to force that. I'm also going to be understanding, but that's going to turn me off. Now, going back to what y'all said with the aggressive females and females don't understand, is like, no, I don't understand why you not trying to help me soften up, put me in my place a little bit.
Yeah, that is true.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I ain't doing that.
I'm not saying a lot because sometimes.
Not at all.
All right, here's the.
Ain't no way, bro. Put you in your place? What the hell? Are you a dog? Do you have a cage somewhere? What is this? I've said this before, and this is the reality that a lot of these women don't understand. A lot of masculine women want a man who's more masculine than they are. But they give off more toxic masculine energy than regular men. And what you may deem to be masculine or more masculine than you is actually toxic. So it just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. That comic, the black lady, I'm the table. That's toxic masculine energy. The idea of putting a woman in her place or, putting her in a feminine energy. You have to do that for yourself.
This is what happened at Six Flags yesterday. I pulled up to ride some rides, and on the way to my first ride, I was called the N-word by a lady, and I don't react to that very well. I never have, and as a black man, I choose to stand up for all of my ancestors who've been through any type of pain, trauma related to that. And while I was arguing with her, she spit on me. And I just want y'all to know that I am not proud of the way that I handled this situation, but at the same time, I'm always going to stand up for myself. I'm always going to stand up for people being called that word. And I do have proof, but before I drop it, I just wanted to, explain myself and tell y'all that it is not my proudest moment. But at the same time, y'all cannot expect me to not stand up for myself. And yeah, here's a video.
Call me the N-word, bro. N-word. Wow.
It don't matter what color you are, it is never okay to call somebody that.
Yo, what do you mean that Spicy King just had a generational crash out at a Six Flags? So do you guys remember Spicy King, the guy that used to eat the most spiciest foods? And now Spicy King has responded to this with his side of the story, and this is where it gets so much more worser. So last night, the videos of him were posted at Six Flags, where I guess this girl called him a very naughty word. And if it's true what she called him, that is extremely messed up. And he got up in her grill. And even more wilder, like she tried to big dog him, and Spicy King was effing furious. Like, I thought that he was actually gonna do something. Luckily, guys stepped in right as things were really reaching a boiling point. But this is where it gets even more insaner. After the altercation, it looked like Spicy King was literally yelling at his girlfriend, while his girlfriend the entire time was just trying to get him to calm down and everything. And a lot of people are now torn because they're saying that Spicy King did a good job standing up for himself. However, other people are saying that no matter what somebody says to you, you shouldn't get up in their grill like that. But honestly, if she really said what Spicy King said she said, I can understand his crash out. But a lot of people now are saying that Spicy King went too far.
Man, this is beautiful. Spicy King a real nigga, man. This is beautiful. Action should have consequences. And if you wanna be racist, yeah, man, niggas should get right up in your face, make it real uncomfortable, make you think, should I do this again? Should I do this again? Because it looked like you were one word away from getting, woo. It could have been real dark for you real quick. Real dark for you real quick. And here's the thing, man. A lot of black people have never actually been racially abused. You don't know how you're going to react when it happens. It's very dehumanizing. I'll be real. And it's only happened to me twice, both times at work, by people that I was caring for. So it's completely different. Completely different. But this happening in public, you don't know. I can imagine a visceral reaction just coming out. And that's what happened here. He was not with that shit, man. He wasn't about to be the bigger man. He wasn't about to do that. And I respect it. Obviously, we don't condone violence or anything like that. And he didn't do anything. But, yeah, people say, oh, it's just a word. And it's always them people. Oh, it's just a word. Okay. Well, keep using it. Keep using it and see. I genuinely believe in free speech. But not freedom of consequences, though. You wanna use certain words, you wanna be a certain way, okay, well, just do it around the wrong people. And see what happens.
AJ, what'd you just say?
I can't see Daddy, he's black. The sky's black, everything's black. So is Daddy.
Okay. So is Daddy.
So you thought he wasn't in the car?
Yes, I thought he was going to the grocery store and picking up our things.
Because you couldn't see him?
Yeah.
I wonder who they heard that from. I wonder who taught them that. And also, do your kids not? I know you're white. I know they mom's white, but did your kids not know that they're black? Just tee-hee, giggling, laughing. Since your children will have a racial crisis in the future. I don't know who I am. All dark skins have heard this same joke, right? When we were children. Turn off the lights. Oh, where'd Tony go? Okay. All right. Y'all doing too much. But for your kids to be coming up with these jokes this early in their life, I can only assume that they're coming from their mom. I can only assume. And your husband looks sick of it.
I don't know, man. Do you guys find this stuff funny? I don't know. You guys let me know, man. You guys let me know. There are a lot A lot of black men with little to no racial self-esteem, which I don't really get it, but you know, it's your life, live it. A lot of people don't care about that stuff. Okay. But I don't know. I don't find it funny, personally. But maybe this is their type of banter. It's their type of back and forth. You know, everyone's different in their dynamics.
This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone. I just can't let this go. This liquor got me in my zone. Now I'm blowing up your phone. Blowing weed, smoking the ozone.